Welcome to Mindflow Radio.
Mindflow Radio. We're your hosts, Jalen and Lamont McFerrin.
We are all in this
together.
Free your mind.
Free your mind, free your mind, free your mind. Free your mind, free your mind, free your mind.
For me to be is to be free.
Free your mind. Free your mind. Free your mind. Free your mind.
Be here now.
Now be here, now be here now. Now be here, now be here now. We are all in this together. We are all in this together. Energy is reality. Faith, trust, love. Faith, trust, love. Faith, trust, love. I am grateful for everyone. I am grateful for everything. I am grateful. So grateful for you. I am grateful for the challenges, for the obstacles. I am grateful for the lessons, for the wisdom. I am grateful for the guidance. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
to the far reaches of our minds and beyond, streaking past the heavens to forever, forever, forever,
beyond infinity,
circles inside of circles,
inside of circles, inside of circles, inside of circles, the flower of life, the flower of life. And welcome to Mindflow Radio. We're so glad to be here today.
Mindflow Radio.
Yeah.
Mindflow. Here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
We've made it.
Something. It's a miracle.
It is a miracle.
Literally.
Yeah.
So here we sit. This very interesting time in our culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a lot of stress out there. I suppose there's always been a lot of stress, really.
Yeah,
You know.
for sure.
You know, so how are you feeling?
I'm feeling okay.
How's your mind feeling?
It's all right.
What's that mean?
I don't know. I think that it's easy to start feeling like maybe I have it, or, you know.
Oh, what's it? We don't need to talk about it.
Yeah. Do we need
The
to
it.
describe it?
Well, yeah, maybe we could introduce ourselves. I forgot.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. I am Monty, and I am a Tai Chi practitioner / teacher / mental health therapist / meditator.
Yeah.
How about yourself?
Well-rounded, I would say. You are. I am Jalen, and I offer myself as a mindfulness advocate and serving people and finding that mindful state. I am trained in yoga and Tai Chi and mindfulness and coaching and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and together we're a team.
We are a team.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for that.
We try and help people, you know, feel better
Mm-hmm.
by helping people kind of hone their own mind state,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and have less anxiety,
Yeah.
less depression.
Yeah. Just feel powerful or hopeful.
Well, powerful is a good word,
Yeah.
because we all are power. That's the thing about being a human, where we're all like extremely powerful beings.
Mm-hmm.
All
We
of
give our
us.
power away a lot of the time.
Well, we don't even realize our power.
Yeah.
We don't understand how powerful we actually are.
Right.
You know, but you know, we're these amazing manifestors. You know, we're creators.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we do as humans, is we create stuff, and it's in all of us. You know, so at the very, very, very least, we create our own lives. You know, as we grow up.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay, well, what path do you want to walk on? We each have that, or most of us have that freedom to decide.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, one of the biggest things that I like to tell people is that we have to take full responsibility for ourselves if we want to gain our power back.
mm-hmm. What's that mean? Taking full responsibility?
It means there's no one to blame, and even you can't even blame yourself, because it's just like, okay, I'm here now. Now what?
So you're saying try reduce or eliminate blame in general?
Yeah, I think blame is it just takes up some time and makes you feel like powerless.
Well, it's
really.
unproductive.
Yeah, it's very unproductive.
Yeah, and it just can easily lead to judgmental thinking if we're blaming somebody or ourselves, or judging somebody else or ourselves for something or another.
Yeah, so it just kind of brings to mind like how to have positive self-talk. And it's really it's a new way of looking at things. Instead of how come that happened like that, it's like, okay, that happened, and I have choices here. I have choices in how I'm going to have it be in my mind. I have choices on how it's going to affect my life, and so on and so forth.
Yeah,
so
you also have choices with how you're going to deal with the present moment.
Yeah. And so if you do that, then you have your power. Instead of, well, I don't have any power because that person did that, and therefore I have no power. And the only time I'd say that is valid is if you're in jail or if you're in the hospital because somebody put you there. But other than that, like, I don't see how blame has a place.
Well, I mean, we can look and, view things from a discerning perspective.
Yeah, and I want to amend what I just said, too, because even if you are in jail or in the hospital, blame is really going to inhibit your growth process. So it's still a process of like, okay, yeah, these people were a part of the situation.
Yeah.
But I have my own responsibility in it, and this is how I'm going to better my life. So when I'm well or when I'm free, I am empowered.
So this is what I'm going to learn from this.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Exactly. Because that's what this is all about, right? Learn, grow, learn, grow, learn, grow.
Yeah. It can be.
Yeah. That's how I see it, at least. It's Jalen's version of life. Learn, grow, learn, grow, learn, grow.
Well, that's cool if more of us were like that. This world would be a better place, right?
Yeah.
Which is what we're shooting for.
Yeah.
Which is sort of, it's a good time for that philosophy because there's been a big reset, happening.
Yeah, we really have quite the open canvas right now. And as all of the different big organizations may be in their reset mode of how can they better be, like the medical systems and the education system. The education systems are like, okay, how do we do this?
Yeah, right.
We're not going to meet in person now, so how do we do this?
Yeah.
It's really quite amazing when you look at it like that, and who knows how the medical system will be fixed, and
who knows what's going to come out of it.
Yeah, my hope is that everyone is covered soon. What is that called?
What?
Universal health care.
Oh, yeah.
No one has to be afraid to go to the doctor anymore.
Yeah, that would like that in itself would just reduce stress so much in our culture.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Everyone.
It doesn't
matter.
Big
hassle for everybody.
What political stance you have. I don't know how that can even be political. Like, shouldn't everyone who lives in this country be able to go to the doctor when they need to?
Yeah.
It seems like the middle class is the one that gets squished.
They do.
But
they do, for
I guess
sure.
that's a little political, so sorry if that gets anyone hot under the collar. But I do believe that I should be able to go to the doctor. And everybody else in my position.
Yeah, so. And your kids should be able to. And
yeah, that would be nice.
All that.
But, like at the same time, when I did have insurance, I didn't go to the doctor either. So
you did a few times.
A few times, but considering.
Well, it's nice to have that option.
Yeah,
at the very least. It's like it reduces stress.
Yeah. It's like, okay, I can go if I need to.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
And that would be a huge shift for our whole country if that stress was all of a sudden gone.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, it's probably going to happen. I mean, there's a lot of things that are shifting right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I bring it up. I usually don't talk about things like this, but I feel that it is one of the biggest blank canvases right now. And maybe it's not even a blank canvas, but they're just trying so hard to prepare for whatever's coming down the pike, and all of our hospitals have had to change their ways and prepare in ways that they may or may not have needed to, but point being, they realized they weren't ready for something. And that changes their perspective and adds clarity to how things have got to be rebooted or reorganized in some way. So it makes me happy. I think there's some really awesome things that are going to come of all this. And
well, the oil industry is really struggling right now. I'll say that too, but that it seems to be just the nature of the evolution of transportation and all that.
What just flashed through my mind is how every mountain has a peak. And even plateaus go down at some point. Like you can plateau somewhere. So it's like we all will rise to our peak, and that includes companies, governments, individuals. Like we all have this natural evolution of increasing our expertise and reach and all of that, and then we hit that peak and we start going back down, and every I just think of Rome. I can't think of the words around it, but every government has had to reorganize or fall.
Well, nothing lasts forever.
I
mean, and even something like the oil industry, it's been really beneficial for humankind.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's empowered us to, have cars, we can drive around. It's
planes,
boats. Even plastic has been a big, in some ways beneficial thing, but now it's time to shift to a new type of plastic. A plastic made out of hemp. A new type of car.
New type of electricity.
Electricity created some different way, and obviously with technology it's easy nowadays for us to do all that, and so the peak is over, and we just have to let go. I mean, even the government's trying to sink all this money into the oil industry, and it's let them go. Survival of the fittest. That's what capitalism is supposed to be about. It's not propping up certain businesses because they can't make it on their own. It's if you're not making it, that's it. That's fine. It's time for the new type of business to evolve. And we're all set. So that's an interesting part of the world we live in now. It's we're kind of in this. We're nearing the edge of something.
It's
we just have to let it happen.
A nice blend of capitalism and socialism or something like that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if we had free market
in real
capitalism,
democracy,
that would be a great thing.
That'd be so sweet.
Yeah. I mean, let hemp...
That'd be my utopia.
Oh, yeah, it would. I mean, in a situation like that, you'd let hemp compete with oil on a even playing field.
Yeah, that would be neat.
And let hemp compete with corn.
It would actually be really neat to
end all the
see how
subsidies.
that would happen.
Yeah. I mean, and people are I don't know. That's what capitalism is. It's a free market. So we don't even know what that looks like in our culture, because everything has been so subsidized our entire lives, probably.
Which had its place at some point too,
Well,
it's so interesting, really.
Yeah.
If we could just... It just makes me think about the peak again, and just accepting when we know something is declining, and how to let it go and refocus to something that's climbing.
It's so interesting, because if you start looking at that relative to our own minds,
right?
It's we have these old ideas in our minds, and we like cling to them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the way the government's clinging to oil these days. You know, it's like we got to prop it up, and that's what we do with old beliefs that don't really fit anymore, but there are old beliefs, and we don't want to let them go. Yeah, because it's like if we let them go, then what? Oh no, you know. I mean, it's scary.
Yeah.
You know, and people are scared of letting oil go, and we're scared of letting old beliefs go, but that's why it's
scared is the right word, though. It doesn't seem like it's actually scary. It's just unfamiliar and different.
Perhaps.
I don't know if it's actually scary.
People defend their positions like they're, I don't know, just there's definitely a problem with like the rigid mindset, you know, and why do people like remain rigid in their thinking? There's probably a lot of variables, you know, including just the massive amounts of misinformation and information that's pouring into our minds constantly through the, you know, all the various screens.
What's that word? Propaganda.
Yeah. Well, and some of it's true and some of it's not true. And it's just like confusing for our minds. It's like
super confusing.
It's hard for people, I think, to really get things straight. You know, understand like what's important, what's not important, because we're being told what to think so much.
Yeah.
And a lot of people buy into it. And it's just like this interesting time where we need to let go of our rigid thinking and just remain open to see how we can evolve. And I think that begins just on the personal level with each of us.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
You know, and then the bigger systems can change once the people start evolving, you know.
And that goes back to what I was saying in the beginning, is we have to take responsibility. We can't be like, this country's got to heal before I can heal. It's like, no, I have to heal, and then the country will figure it out.
Well, and just taking responsibility just makes me think of like taking responsibility for how our minds feel.
Exactly.
I take total responsibility for how my mind feels. And if my mind is feeling dull and agitated, and I can most likely look back and be like, oh, I scrolled on Facebook too much. You know, I mean, I'll take responsibility for that.
Yeah.
Or I'm not going to blame somebody just because I don't agree with them, you know. Or
I've been finding that I really don't have much time for Facebook, even though at the same time I'm feeling like I'm actually creating some really nice relationships, but still I just don't have time. I don't have the space in my brain for scrolling for more than like 10 to 15 minutes. But I like it because I know this sounds weird, because I know a lot of people are kind of upset about it, but for whatever reason you only see like so many people's stuff in the top of your scroll, but those are the people that I'm creating relationships with, so it's like cool, I get to see what they're doing.
Yeah, that works for you.
That works for me.
That's cool. I'm gonna try and go on a scrolling fast.
Yeah.
From now till our next radio show. Is it possible that I could do that for a month?
Whoa.
Scrolling fast. See, I'll look at it, but I just won't scroll.
Yeah.
Because scrolling is like it's like you fall into this deep pit, and your mind just is so confused and agitated, and yet entertained, yet intrigued.
Got some good dopamine.
Yeah, you're getting your dopamine, and then you come out of it, and it's like just stunned. So yeah, as of now,
so I just want to. I have one announcement.
I'm going to give up scrolling,
just
you know, it is the middle of Ramadan, so I'm just going to
on how long our Wisconsin
dovetail with all that
order
willpower
goes,
energy out there.
We've been doing a nightly
in the world
meditation on Facebook.
There's lots of people who are
and you can get to
really
it through
like testing their will
Integrated
right now,
Mindfulness Institute,
or applying their will.
I know it's a mouthful,
and I want to be one of them.
But it's at 8 p.m. Central Standard
Flow
Time.
report back next
every
month.
day. We've done like 44 days in a row now. Yeah, so that's out there for anyone.
Yeah,
listening.
44 days in a row at 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Or tonight is Day
45.
45.
Yeah. So, but when we go back to work, we'll probably stop or go to once a week or something. But I just want to announce that so that if you didn't know, now you do.
Yeah. Right.
Something
Join us. It's like
productive to
it's
do
sort of
on
like
Facebook.
a little version of Mindflow Radio, really.
Yeah. And what's so cool too is just in my observations, how many people are stepping up to hold space.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's several different daily meditations right now, and I've been appreciating that greatly. Not that I can join them all, but I just think it's really great how much meditation is going on publicly.
Well, and all the music, all the live music online nowadays, and
yeah, it's like the
it's
Renaissance,
really cool.
right?
It is. It's the beginning. Yeah, perhaps you were talking about the blank canvas. Maybe what's going to come out of it is the Renaissance. You know, in a lot of ways, in artistic Renaissance, the Renaissance of you know, solar power, the Renaissance of electric vehicles, the Renaissance of abundant organic food for all of us. You know,
Renaissance of food in general, which I'm actually feeling like people are becoming aware in certain ways, and yeah, I just hope that continues, that awakening continues for people, and recognizing the nutritional value of things and any additives that really shouldn't be there, like insecticides and pesticides and herbicides, and I'll stop there, but
natural flavoring.
Or what is a natural what is that? Natural perfume, or there's some word. Usually I can't stand anything with that in it, but
red dye number 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's healthy.
So I was thinking that
be choosy with your diet.
Yeah.
And your mental diet.
Yes.
Just be choosy with your thoughts. Be choosy with everything, you know. And you want to notice. I'm sorry if I cut you off.
It's okay.
You want to notice if your mind is just rolling and rolling and rolling and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking. And you want to be choosy with your thoughts, and notice that your mind is thinking too much, and try and shut it down.
Yeah, and that brings up a point that I feel is so important, and that's the willingness to train. This stuff doesn't just change because you think it would be nice to change it.
Right.
It takes a lot of diligence.
Right.
And I think it's great that you brought up Ramadan too, because you're right. I totally believe in collective consciousness.
Yeah.
And there's millions of people right now who are willfully designing their day, or that's the wrong word, willfully living their day in a way to honor their spiritual beliefs.
Yeah.
And so we can kind of jump on board with that willfulness.
Yeah.
And take time to train our minds. And that's super important.
Super important.
Yeah.
So what's one way of, like, if you notice you're thinking too much, what's one way of shutting down that analytical mind when you want to?
A good mindfulness practice that you've helped me through when my mind is like, la, 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 and you're like, look at the trees. Aren't they pretty? And I'm like, I know what you're trying to do, but it's just so helpful. And now I've been doing it for myself, you know. I'm really busy-minded. Wow, look at the buds on that tree starting to unfold. And I'll look at all of them individually and send them a little love. And, you know, or starting to notice all the different birds in the tree, or
just hearing the birds. I've heard that a friend told me, shout out to Jeff Miller, a friend told me that if we're outside and we don't hear the birds, our minds are too busy.
Yeah.
Right?
Unless it's winter.
Even during the winter, you can hear birds.
Okay, then I must be too busy.
There's more birds now. But if you really just, like, I mean, I've done that. I've gone for walks, and halfway through, I haven't heard one bird. And I'll be like, whoa, listen to that. It's like beautiful. It's like beautiful melodies all over the place. Just mystical, magical, musical, like soundscape all around me. But all I need to do is quiet my mind from the chattering, and then I can hear it.
I don't even think the quieting is that important, because it's like as simple as, do I hear the birds? Oh, no, I do. You know, because I don't. That's what I've noticed from you helping me and me helping people is, you know, just by going, oh, did you notice how bright green the grass is? That alone changes the thinking pattern, because it's like, oh, wait, oh, that's a pretty green, you know? And so all of a sudden it might go back pretty fast if you don't allow yourself to observe further.
So you're paying attention to the present moment.
Yeah. Another way that I like to, for myself, be mindful is I pay attention to my hands. And when my head is really, really busy, my hands will voluntarily or automatically just start to clench.
Yeah.
And I've noticed for myself and others that this is almost a symptom of PTSD.
No, okay.
Or a symptom of trauma that still remains in the body, and it's like a symptom of ruminating mind for sure.
Okay.
And it's like the mind is spinning, and my hands start to clench. And then if I notice that, then I can just bring my awareness to my hands instead of think about it. And then my hands start to relax, and I'm like sitting there literally staring at my hand and noticing if I see the tension in the muscles, and see if I see anything strange in the bones, like I'm holding my fingers rigidly. Yeah. And that's like another mindful tip if you can't be outside or there's no windows or something like that, is just looking inside the body. And that's another thing for trauma, is we get in our mind and we lift up out of the body. And if we can just bring our awareness back into the body, how do my feet feel? Oh, I have feet.
Yeah, right. You know? What's my spine feel like? What's my breathing like? That's what gets bad on me when I'm stressed. Shallow breathing. Yeah. It's bad news.
Yeah, shallow breathing.
It's an epidemic in our culture, too.
It is.
I'm sure of it. I mean, it's just not all of us, but a lot of us just habitually don't breathe properly. You know, and so we get, in other words, I think what happens is we get all this CO2 stuck in our lungs. So we're like poisoning our bodies because we're not exhaling all the way. Yeah. Yeah,
we're not getting rid of the waste from our cells. It's like we need to wring them out by exhaling deeply or fully.
But staying in a place of relaxed strength while you're doing it. You don't want to be all stressed about it, but you want to do it. You know, you want to be powerful, and you just want to breathe optimally. At least as much as possible, you know. Yeah. But that's for me, that's a way of connecting with the moment, you know, and that's essentially what mindfulness is. It's just learning how to connect fully with the moment, which is very simple, but not so simple, because we're these amazingly intellectual creatures that can just get lost in our minds, lost in our thoughts for days, for years, for lifetimes. Some people can hold a grudge for an entire lifetime, and it's so true. They ruminate about it their entire life. It's like, whoa.
And they're rigid. They won't change their mind. They won't look at other perspectives.
That's it. They won't examine. They won't even consider forgiveness.
And that's interesting too, because that right there is somewhere where they can no longer grow, because they've made the decision that their control was taken away by such and such situation, and therefore they're holding a grudge for the rest of their life, and they lost their power there, and it's never coming back.
Yeah, and so be it, and that's what happens. Yeah. That's what they create, because we're amazing manifestors. Yeah. And if I'm going to hold that in my mind, that's what's going to happen. And we all go through a lot,
Mm-hmm.
actually. The
Mhm.
human race, just imagine all the trauma we've been through over the
Yeah.
last 1,000 years. All our ancestors, just tons, man.
Mm-hmm. And I
World
mean,
War
we're
II.
experiencing, even though, in my opinion, this is the most peaceful trauma I've ever experienced. We are experiencing a cultural trauma right now.
Yeah, well, some people,
Some people aren't as feeling as peaceful as I am.
No, and some people are going through more, too. just
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
I mean, people are always going through a lot.
Yeah, but
A
it
lot of
is
people.
true that it's like this is a cultural trauma that we're all experiencing together
Well, it's...
in different ranges. It's very much like the 9/11 was a cultural trauma just because we were fed those images over and over and over.
over and over and over and over and over
And now
and over and over.
It's similar, but it's more
It is
close to
similar.
home in the sense of you could know somebody who's sick and or struggling or whatever,
Well,
affected in
hopefully
some way.
The way this is panning out, I mean, we could take this moment in time and use it as a springboard
Mm-hmm.
to create a more evolved culture.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the potential with this time right now.
This is true.
Because everything is sort
evolution.
of up in the air.
Yeah.
And where's it all gonna land? And
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's true evolution right now. And I've liked to talk about conscious evolution, because we found out that our brains do change with mindful practice, mindfulness development. And so that you have a conscious choice to willfully train to literally change the makeup of your brain.
yeah, the physical structure of your brain. You're right. Yeah, we could be like, oh yeah, I want to evolve my brain.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's literally like
Work
that.
at it for 3 weeks and you're on the path. Work at it for 1 day and you're on the path.
Yeah, I think it takes longer than that.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think this study I read, it was like
I think it was 8 days or something.
Oh yeah.
But still, if
It-
you look at yoga, they say that you need at least 40 days of something.
Well,
to
if you're really
make
going to have
dent.
a big change, yeah.
Yeah, like if you really want to change your brain, you have to dedicate to it as a new routine, a new workout that you
So,
do every day.
Yeah, so what you're saying is you have to train in mindfulness types of things.
Mm-hmm.
And forgiveness is a good mindfulness
Forgiveness
practice.
is huge and
It is.
wonderful.
It is, and the reason we forgive, this is what people sometimes get confused about this, but we forgive. I'm going to forgive somebody because it frees me from the past.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm unable to forgive somebody that's done something to me, then I'm chained to that piece of the past.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a chain around my neck. And
Mhm.
It's just going to, but once I am
So
able to
true.
forgive, then that chain is cut and I'm free from that event. And it can just get reconfigured in my brain somewhere in the long-term storage,
Mm-hmm.
whatever,
Mm-hmm.
instead of popping up constantly. It's like,
I've heard the analogy that holding a grudge is like taking poison to thinking that you're going to poison the other person.
yeah, it's true. It's true. But it's not easy. We don't want to pretend like it's easy, but they have done studies, and the first step in forgiveness is to actually just say it.
Mm-hmm.
I forgive so-and-so for such and such.
Mm-hmm.
Like just even say it in your mind, even if you don't mean it. If you want to be more free, just say it. See how it feels.
I think that's so interesting, and I know we should probably wrap it up here in a few
Yeah.
minutes, but
Freedom.
I feel that feels kind of empty to me. But if you were to say to yourself that I forgive myself for being in that situation, that you might still start from a superficial, like surface level,
Yeah.
but at least you can go deeper than pretend forgive somebody outside of yourself.
So you pretend forgive yourself.
Yeah, but
That's a
it's
good
like
idea.
inside
No,
of your own being. You know?
right. That'd be a good start. I'm
You could
agreeing
feel
with
it
you.
deeper and quicker.
Maybe. Yeah.
I think so, 'cause I've done it myself personally. So
Oh.
like when I forgive myself for being in that situation that hurt.
Yeah.
And then I can forgive the characters in the story, but first I have to forgive myself, and it's a process.
I love that. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thanks. It's like taking my power back. Wrapping it back to the beginning is you got to take your power back by being responsible, and sometimes being responsible is just forgiving yourself.
Yeah, which can be hard work.
Yeah, it can really be
you
hard
have to
work.
like work at it perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
And create like new internal dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
New self-talk.
Yes, new routines, new practices, new willpower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's your homework for the month. and I'm talking to you, dear listener.
Oh.
You thought I was talking to you, didn't you?
I didn't, but then I did, but then I didn't.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. So be well, everyone. We have a couple songs for you. And then we'll call it good for this round of Mindflow Radio.
Mm-hmm. Happy May.
Yep. I had to think about that.
Happy May.
What?
Let's make this world a better place.
Yeah.
It all starts with our individual minds.
Yeah. This chant we call Shiva Love. And it's about asking Shiva to bless us with full lives in which we ripen at the speed we ripen, and we have no fear because we trust that when it's our time, that Shiva will pluck us from the vine and all will be well. So it's basically a song to release our fear of death and trust that the divine is holding us and that we are here on purpose, and we just got to accept our path. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Udavarukamiva Bandhanam Vichormukshiya Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Udavarukamiva Bandhanam Mrityurmukshiya Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Udavarukamiva Bandhanam Mrityurmukshiya May we achieve all of the destinies that we came here to achieve and experience the fullness of life that we wish to experience. Blessings on our lives, our health, our connections to each other and to the higher power. We have one more to close it out. Thank you all for being here. We really appreciate your presence and your energy and your time. We have this last one called the Manifesting Soundscape.
In 11. Thank you.
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 Repeat this phrase
Thank you.
periodically
Thank you.
throughout the day and night.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do not attach these words
Thank you.
to any particular experience.
Thank you.
Just say the phrase
Thank you.
over.
Thank you.
You'll be
Thank you.
rewriting
Thank you.
your subconscious
Thank you.
dialogue.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You will become
Thank you.
a more powerful
Thank you.
and positive
Thank you.
manifester.
Thank you.
What do you
Thank you.
want
Thank you.
to manifest?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
This phrase
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
will promote
Thank you.
clarity
Thank you.
and peace of mind
Thank you.
and make you
Thank you.
a more effective
Thank you.
human.
Thank you.
Align your mind
Thank you.
with this phrase
Thank you.
and witness
Thank you.
a transformation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Use these words
Thank you.
when you're feeling
Thank you.
triggered
Thank you.
to help bring you back
Thank you.
to a centered
Thank you.
and clear
Thank you.
and mindful
Thank you.
perspective.
Thank you.
Be powerful.
Thank you.
Be powerful.
Thank you.
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 Thank you. Thank you for your presence. You've been listening to Mindflow Radio. You can support Mindflow Radio on Patreon and get exclusive content access. Big gratitude to Lotus Head for their mindful music, keeping us in the flow. A shout out to our sponsors, Integrated Mindfulness Institute. Online, visit www.imi.earth. For ideas, questions, or comments, contact us by email, connect@imi.earth. Many blessings on our health and peaceful evolution. We are all in this together.